Welcome back, painting friends. Today we are going to make a cute little owl sipping some cocoa. Colors you're going to need: light blue, white, black, brown, yellow, purple, orange, and green. I always keep my favorite 4 brushes in the studio: my 1-inch flat brush, my 10, 6, and 1 round brush. Don't forget to have a cup of water and a rag for keeping your brushes clean. And let's get started. Our background is going to be a mixture of this light blue color and white. So you're just going to kind of put this on any way you want. I like these textured backgrounds with my Critters with Cocoa series. So just kind of let it be messy and fill it up. We are now going to let this dry, and when we come back, we will add in our owl. With a dry background, I'm now going to grab my number 10 round brush, and I'm going to grab a little bit of brown paint and the smallest amount of purple. So I've got brown and purple, and I'm just going to come right up here on this left hand side. I'm just going to make the branch that my owl is going to sit on, and I'm just going to put like a couple little forks at the end of it. And thicken up the side over here. I really like adding purple to my browns for a little bit of a shadow. I just think that purple and brown look great together, especially when you're making trees. I'm going to switch over to my number 6 round brush. They'll help kind of give these little twigs over here a little bit more of a neat kind of finish. And I'm going to go back in with that purple, and right here along the bottom, I'm just going to kind of brush some purple strokes in. So along the bottom of everything, I'm just going to add a little bit of purple. I'm going to wipe that brush off. I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow. Again, just small little brush strokes, just to kind of highlight some of that tree. With that finished, we're going to go ahead and lay out our owl. So for my owl, I actually want to use a little bit of a lighter brown color. So I'm going to add some white to my brown so that I have just a slightly lighter brown color. I might even add a little bit of yellow to it also. So I've got my colors right here. Just kind of mixing them till I get a really nice, pretty, creamy color that I like. And with that really nice color, I'm just going to go ahead and lay out the body of my owl, and I'm just going to kind of put a big old circle right here. This nice light brown color. And then as I go up to my owl's head, I'm going to make it a little bit more like an oval, kind of sitting just right on top. And then I'm going to take some white paint and I'm going to just kind of outline where some of the face features are. So right up here on the head, I'm going to make what's almost like a small little heart. And go ahead and brush that in, make that just a little bit lighter than his body. And then for that belly, I'm just going to kind of follow this. So I'm going to come right down from the face and just make kind of a looped, maybe like parentheses right here in the middle, and go ahead and fill that in with some white. Now I'm going to switch over to my number 6 round brush. It's my favorite brush to use. And I'm going to take some brown paint and I'm going to just kind of start adding in some feathers. And so my feathers, I'm just going to kind of start at the bottom by just taking my brush and kind of making small little lines like this as I go up. Now every once in a while, I'm probably going to put a little bit of purple in there. Again, as I told you, I really like to kind of add purple in with my browns. So I'm going to go all the way up the sides and up the head of my owl. For our little owl ears, again, purple and brown, but I'm going to make my little lines kind of come out this way and kind of flick up. It's going to make a small little triangle right there. Now right down here at the bottom, I don't want a really bright orange for his feet, so I'm going to mix some orange in with some brown just to kind of dull down that orange a little bit. I'm not looking for hunter orange today, I'm looking for a muted orange. And right down here at the bottom, I'm just going to make 1, 2, 3 little stamps with my brush, and 1, 2, 3 little stamps with my brush. Let's go ahead and let this dry before we add on our face features. Let's go ahead and lay out our owl's face and our mugs. So when I make eyeballs, I like to use my finger because I feel like you get a really great circle. So right up here in the heart bumps, I'm going to make 2 big, huge white circles. I'm then going to grab a little bit of yellow on my brush, and I'm going to make a curved line at the top. Grab a little bit of white too. And I'm going to kind of bring that down to like a long, skinny triangle that has curved edges. I'm going to take a little bit of that brown that I made with the body, going to add it to it to kind of connect the two colors together a little bit more. Add a small little white highlight right up here at the top. Kind of coming down that little nose. And then for the mug, you can make your mug any color you want, but I'm going to do a light purple color because I really think that having the purple on the tree and on the wings makes the mug has to be purple. So right here in the middle of his belly, I'm going to make a big, huge oval. And then your coffee cups, if you've seen any of my other Critters with Cocoa series, the coffee cups can be any shape you want. So I'm going to keep this one pretty simple, just a regular rectangle on the bottom. That curved bottom to it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a handle over here on this side, and this is just going to kind of be like a heart, half of a heart shape right here. I'm going to take a little bit of dark purple and just kind of towards the bottom and maybe this side over here, just add a little bit of a shadow to it. And underneath the handle also, just a small little darker kind of shadow. Maybe right along this rim also. I'm going to go ahead and paint the center of that in brown so that it can dry, so I can add my hot cocoa marshmallows to it. Now, I do want my owl to have little wings that kind of come out and hold the cocoa. So I'm going to switch over to my number 10 round brush. I'm going to grab some of that dark brown and light brown on that brush. And I'm just going to kind of go from here and make little lines that kind of go back so it looks like there's feathers that go into his body. Maybe even add a little bit of that purple in there. And even add a small amount of white kind of to the tips, so it looks as though there's like a little highlight coming in. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I am going to give him a little scarf because I think he's going to be adorable with one. I'm going to start with yellow paint right here, and I'm going to kind of make like two bumps from where the scarf is going to be at the edge of his neck. And on the other side, same thing, just kind of two bumps. I will just connect those bumps with this yellow paint. And then right over here at this side, I'm just going to kind of make the end of it kind of swoop through here. And then I'm going to take my green and put my green in here. I want him to have a really fun green colored, lime green colored scarf. Now I'm going to switch to my number 6 round brush with the green paint. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make small little lines kind of going along my scarf. I want it to look like it's got some texture to it. And then at the very end, I'm just going to make some little wispy edges to it. If I think there's any areas that need to be kind of highlighted or lightened up, I can grab some yellow paint and throw it on there. And if there's any places I think there might need to be a shadow, like right where the scarf is going to kind of come out from right here, I can grab a little bit of purple. Now, purple's my favorite color on this one, I think. You can even add a small little line of purple right kind of here in the middle. Maybe show where a little crease or a little fold in the scarf is going to be. And also again, like kind of right down here at the bottom. I'm going to add small little yellow highlights on the top of his little toes down here. Just a little bit on the tip of my number 6 round brush. And then a small little white tip right here for his little claws. I'm going to add a white highlight around the edge of my cup right here. Again, my number 6 brown brush is one of my favorites for that. Now, sometimes I put images on my coffee cup, sometimes I don't. I think I'm going to put a little leaf on this one. I'm going to make it a light colored leaf. So I'm just going to make a line, and then I'm just going to add a bump to one side with a little point. And same on that side. And then I'm going to add some green to that. Add a little bit of dark green down at the base of it. Wipe that brush off and grab a little bit of brown. All I'm doing is very gently using my brush, using my pinky on my canvas to kind of hold my brush still. And a little bit of yellow up here at the top of it. And then I like to use my finger for my marshmallows, so I just take a little bit of paint on my finger, and I can just kind of drop a couple little marshmallows in there. Let's move up to his eyes. I'm going to grab some black paint, and I'm going to make 2 big black circles in his eye. I'm going to go in with some watered down black paint on my number 6 round brush. You can always use a smaller brush if you want a little bit better detail, totally up to you. I am going to outline his eye. And I'm going to add a couple little eyelashes up at the top. I like to do something called ghost outlines, which is outlines where like you kind of outline part of it, but you don't have to outline the whole thing. But you can add a little bit of outline detail to it without having like a cartoon look. And so I'm just taking my black paint on my number 6 round brush, just kind of adding some little detail outline. So nothing too crazy. I'm not outlining my whole owl, just bits and pieces here and there. I'm going to take my number 6 round brush and I'm going to put a white highlight right on his eye. I'm going to make a big one and then also make a tiny one. I'm going to add just a couple of white highlights up here by his head, kind of coming from his eye area out. Get my number 6 round brush. I'll add a couple little white highlights on the top of his ear, really barely touching my canvas. Maybe even some right here on the top of his scarf. And there we have it, a cute little owl drinking cocoa. Now remember, I never get to see what you're painting at home unless you take a picture of it and you post it on my Facebook page, Painting with a Purpose. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Painting with a Purpose, so that you are kept up to date on all of my tutorials. And remember, as always, stay kind, stay creative, stay safe, and make sure you sign your name with a color that's going to show up well. Have a great day, friends. Bye now.